Roe refreshes Paul's parts that other deer just don't reach.
Why do I get so excited on roe deer?
The Antis have been playing all sorts of games. We have all the details in news. We announced the winner of #anyone but David. I'm at a couple of the new specialist fairs popping up around the country. Plus Crow is also stalking Roe, and we have hunting YouTube. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. Paul is back in his old stomping ground in Gloucestershire for some R&R and R. That's rest, relaxation and roe.
Obviously Chinese water deer and the muntjac, we shoot a hell of a lot of them, but my choice is probably roe deer just because of the time of year, I think, more than anything. And I can get away from all the hassles of work, which is stalking. How's that work? I can't really say hassles of clients, can I? Because that's what sort of like pays the bills. No, it's just nice to get out on your own and, well, say on my own. Seem to have got tagged along with a cameraman again today. Yeah.
Also, it may become apparent he has a new toy, Zeiss's new rangefinders.
See that sign? Guess how far? See that roundel? 286. Guess how far to the jogger? 110. Bizarre. No footpath there. See the fallen tree? Guess how far?
This game may wear a little thin. Anyway, what are we after?
If there's a good buck and it's a good stalk and I get a bit of a thrill from it, then I'll shoot it, to be fair. But if it's not, then I'll leave it. You know, it's about just like the experience. A young buck, I'll just shoot it anyway, just for the cull plan. But we try and leave 2 or 3 good bucks here every year, just to keep, keep the genes going through. But we haven't shot any so-called good bucks off here really too much. So do 1 or 2 of the older bucks coming out. So basically, we'll see what happens.
Options being kept open there. At the end of a plantation, Paul does some calling to stir things up a bit. In some circles, this technique is frowned upon as it educates the deer, just like poorly executed fox calling. But Paul is here so infrequently, he reckons it doesn't really matter.
Sometimes you get foxes coming to it, sometimes you get bucks coming to it, just to see, inquisitive to see what the squeaking's all about. If you do it quite erratic, then obviously it's a bit more distressed, like a call. That's quite calm and squeak, help, help, I'm lost. Rather than, oh my God, I'm getting eaten by a fox.
As we stalk a ride, there's movement in the right-hand side. On closer inspection, there's a doe with 2 yearlings, a male and a female.
They're quite late fawns, I would say, so she hasn't kicked them off yet. And basically, she made a run for it. They're trying to catch her up. Perfect one to take that young buck. That's the doe. The buck will be second, like he always is. Going. Why do I get so excited on roe deer? It's amazing. I had this discussion with a friend last time I was up here. shoot loads, hundreds of deer a year. Hundreds. And I still get excited and my little heart goes. I knew the shot was good. 119. Nice, off the sticks. Yeah, perfect. I think I can find that blood trail. Sound was good. I could see him in there. I still like to go and see what the, the strike area is, just to see what blood's about. Right, go have a look at him. Yes! Perfect. Oh.
So why would he be in velvet?
Young buck, late buck. It's obviously a late pair of fawns. That's why they're still with the doe. What we know? What date we know? The
May the 7th.
7th, yeah. So she'll be kicking them off just now, but because they're late, they're still sticking with her. Yeah, still quite soft at the tops. What do you say, David? You've seen enough deer shot with the camera?
He's all right.
He's all right. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Disgusting. See him?
Yeah.
Ked. Oh, imagine one of them crawling down your back. Look at these ticks right up through him. Oh, gross. Right up through here. Look at these up here. Look. Lots of ticks. It's quite funny because a Norwegian fellow from Zeiss, when we were on one of the hunts, he said to me, "Oh, you tuck your trousers in there. You think you're some sort of soldier?" I said, "No." I said, "In England, got a lot of ticks. And my theory is when my boots are higher, it's less surface area for a tick to grab hold of. So, and hence, I think it does work, unless you're obviously through longer grass, but the shorter grass. And obviously they're tucked in as well, so less chance of getting ticks." And another tick tip, actually, if you get a tick on you and you get it off, and obviously you're checking for the bullseye, but when I've had an infection, it's quite interesting if you just put a biro mark round it, and then you'll see if it goes up and down.
You're just marking the circumference of it?
Circumference of the infection area, so the red swollen area.
Yuck.
Do the
Yuck.
biro around the edge of that, and then by the next day you'll see whether it's got more inflamed or less inflamed. And if it's getting less and less and less, you know it's not a problem. But if it gets more, and drastically more, then obviously to look at, be a bit more aware of it.
The last time we were in this patch of ground, Paul was field testing the Zeiss V6 scope. So, after some proper abuse, how's it working out? Give me the V6 again.
Hold on, 1, 2, 3. Hang on, okay. V6!
You enjoying the scope?
Brilliant scope. Absolutely first class scope. Mid-range scope. Does everything. I can't fault it, to be fair. Good light gathering, easy to use, good dot on it. The red dot's phenomenal. Small, same as the V8 red dot basically. It's got the turrets on the top as well, so you can click up. Yeah, value for money, definitely value for money scope.
And I've stuck some horrible camera on the end of it.
That is a standard when you come along with me, David, and it's the first time we tried it today. We just put this thing on the back of the scope, Paul. It's okay. It's just come from Russia.
Well, I think it shows the red dot off anyway, from what we've seen.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I think it showed me shaking around and like doing about 4 circles around the buck, and then. Yes, it's a good technical way to shoot. If you do a circle, on the 3rd circle you stop, control, and fire.
You just made that up?
Yeah, totally. Basically come up. Basically get yourself comfortable. Some people come up, some people come down, onto there. Job done. If you overthink it, over-try it, aim too much, you pull off. You basically got to get yourself comfortable, on, come up, comfortable, all in a matter of 2 seconds, or if that, second. So, it worked this time. Right, see if we can do it again. See that dung? 434 metres.
With our very very pleasant evening coming to an end, Paul spots a buck on the other side of the field.
Oh, there's one. $395 away. On the top of that ridge level.
He wants to halve our range, but it looks like another good animal to take.
Perfectly happy. Right on the money. 5 clicks up. 235 metres. 5 clicks up. Well, and I was steady on a nice bipod rest. Across a little valley. Good backstop. Again, it's another young buck. Perfect buck. That's why I was quite keen to get him, because boundary's just there. And there's a road. You get a bit of poaching on this side here, and they come off the main road here and just drive straight down through. So, covered in stinging arrows. Perfect. You know, we're out shooting crows every day at this sort of distance. Got the binoculars as well, so you clicked it in, you know exactly the range. You give me the clicks, dialed them in. Is it still stalking? You've still got to pull the shot off, so yes it is. See this buck? Already you can see straight away. He's obviously an earlier buck, even a similar sort of size, but he's better health already. Not with a doe anymore, so he's been pushed away. So those 2 or 3 weeks have made a better buck wintering through and a better buck in the spring. Oh yes.
That's a better shot than the other one.
Yes, I know. That's because on the bipod. I bet you, looking now, I haven't looked obviously, that there should be less ticks on it because it's a cleaner animal. Ta-da! Yeah. 1, 2, a couple of little ones there, a couple there, yeah. So this is the one I'll be eating. Yeah, really pleased, really happy. Brilliant end to the day for me. That's it, we're done.
And judging by Paul's smiles, the rest, relaxation and row therapy has worked a treat for our dear manager. For more about the new Zeiss rangefinder, go to bit.ly/Zeiss rangefinder.
See these trees?
Paul with a spring in his step there. Now to someone who finds that difficult in heels, it's David on the Fieldsports channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. A new BBC documentary legitimises and glamorises hunt saboteurs. BBC Three joins a group of masked thugs and tries to make them look good. The balance comes several minutes into the half-hour film when pro-hunters are given a chance to make the point that people dressed as terrorists, scaring horses and leading hounds onto roads, is not reasonable behaviour. A BBC film crew is caught trespassing on farmland with a radical saboteur that they admit has a string of convictions for violence. The film follows a group of hapless saboteurs who are trying unsuccessfully to disrupt a hunt. With the BBC film crew among them, the Sabs try to behave and leave their baseball bats at home. At the end of the documentary, the BBC presenter admits that the hunt is doing nothing wrong. In the same week, violent animal rights activists have stepped up their campaigning across the UK. Online vlog channel Unilad released an ISIS-style recruitment video for animal rights activists. Following the same style as the BBC Three documentary, it paints animal rights thugs as fearless freedom fighters. Antis have since posted names and addresses of hunters that took part in these documentaries in order to incite violence against them. Did animal rights activists stage the death of Fred?
My duty to tell you a very sad short story. about the short life of this magnificent bird, Fred the golden eagle.
On the 15th of February, BBC presenter Chris Packham released a film on YouTube suggesting that a golden eagle he calls Fred, hatched last year, was killed by a gamekeeper and its satellite tag, maybe still attached to the eagle's carcass, was dumped in the North Sea. Then a new film by Packham on the 22nd of March says he has been given access to some more data. The film is shot in the same place, with Packham wearing the same clothes and the same snow on the ground as a month before. The movement of sunlight on the tree Packham sits on suggests the new data arrived a matter of minutes after Packham finished shooting the first film. Both films are a useful fundraiser for the RSPB, which links its attacks on gamekeepers to its membership marketing. Thanks to Andy Richardson for spotting this. Andy recently received a letter from solicitors acting for Chris Packham complaining about his campaigning against the BBC star. Facebook is allowing sponsored posts encouraging criminal damage. Animal rights activists recommend violence against country people, and in the case of this sponsored post, vandalism. Facebook allowed this advert under its community guidelines. Staying with Facebook, an A-beater who posted pictures of her dogs working has been targeted by a local newspaper. The Kent Messenger carried the story about these dogs as a controversy because the woman is a veterinary nurse trying to whip up hatred against her. Following outrage from shooters and an online campaign against the newspaper, it removed the story. Staying in Kent, and animal rights activists have defaced a butcher shop with graffiti. The red spray paint with an Animal Liberation Front emblem appeared on Marlow Butchers in Ashford. The family butchers removed the graffiti with hairspray. The Northern Shooting Show takes place this weekend in Harrogate. Among highlights, Fieldsports Channel's Jason Doyle and Lucas Micallef are discussing hunting and shooting on a panel on the Sunday hosted by Byron Pace. The symposium, sponsored by night vision specialist Thomas Jacks, takes place throughout the weekend. European pro-hunting group Face has teamed up with bookyourhunt.com. Face boss Ludwig Vilniger makes this video asking Face supporters to use the online hunting agency. And finally, the man behind the incident that rocked French fox hunting has explained himself. In an interview with Chasson.com, master of staghounds Alan Drash talks about the day in October 2017 when gendarmes asked him to dispatch a hunted stag in a village near the Compiègne forest north of Paris. As a result, his hunt had to stop hunting in Compiègne for a month in order to lower the tension. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stuck in the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. And now to continue the abuse we heap on his shoulders, it's the winner of the Anyone But David competition. We're trying to find a model to replace the most attractive member of the Fieldsports Channel team, his words, David, who's been wearing our kit in our shop on our website. Well, we've done it, and you're all extremely beautiful. Thank you for all your entries. It was a very, very tough choice indeed. We've chosen a lady winner and a lad winner, and by a pip or a squeak, the lady winner is Jenna Gearing, and by a fraction of an inch, it was Ryan Wood 100 for the lads. Ryan Wood 100 on Instagram, or Ryan Wood as I guess he's called. We'll be in touch with both of you, and we'll be holding a multinational jet set photo shoot somewhere in the south of England in the next few weeks and posting the photographs on the website. Next up, it's showtime.
Where is English Country Fete 2.0? Well, if my last week is anything to go by, it has a lot to do with shooting. Suffolk Air Rifles holds an open evening that's a lot like a fete. A good sense of community and kids enjoying the airsoft.
What's your favourite guns for today?
Well, honestly, it's this one that I've actually used, but the best one that I've seen is one I've seen someone over there have a Scar L, which is one of the exact ones from one of my favourite video games to play.
Even YouTube airgunner Giles Barry from the Airgun Gear Show is getting into plastic plinking.
So I've been looking at the airsoft rifles, which to be honest is something very different for me. I've also seen that you've got like the new BSA Defiant here. They're shooting some firearm pistols over there, and the store itself is absolutely fantastic. All the stores should be trying to do something like this. It gives a chance for everyone to come along, try things out, try shooting, talk to people, meet people, like-minded people. So it's a fantastic idea, whether you do it or not.
For that sense of balmy English summer lawn, next stop is the Wild Tweed Show, held at E.J. Churchill Shooting Ground in Buckinghamshire. Star here is Commonwealth Games skeet shooter silver medalist Amber Hill.
It's great to have all the families down at shooting grounds on bank holiday, just enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the food, the environment, and there is a small shoot on as well for people to have a go. And I just think it's been a great day, and I know everyone's really enjoying themselves.
These are lovely, small events, and they're a great way to introduce non-shooters to the sport. For Suffolk Air Rifles, go to suffolkairrifles.uk, and next year's Wild Tweed Show is at wildtweedshow.co.uk.
Well, thank you to all of you who helped me out with that very pleasant 3 days enjoying what may have been the English summer. So next up, David was away last week. Jason Doyle has stepped in to meet up with Andy Crow and produce this.
Go this way, Jason. This whole rifle's a lovely colour in the sun on it, isn't it? We just go around the corner just here. There's a big area of grass. We look on that and then go down across the field. As we come along the main road, I see two walking up across one of the cover crops there. I couldn't see whether they was bucks or does, so we just sneak up across there and see what they are. And then walk right the way round, see if we can bump into sight.
Right.
Well, better up there, come around the corner. I was expecting maybe to see something here. This isn't where we saw the ones on the cover crop, that's just up a bit further. Whether he smelt us or what he smelt. But yeah, he run on and he stood there nice, and it wasn't quite the right angle for a start, but he was there and he started to run, and Jason quite kindly shouted and stopped him, and that was good enough. He went down nicely and just got up, and he's just laying on the side of the field there. So no, it was a nice one. So thanks for that, Jason.
Looks like quite a nice bug.
Yeah, he don't look too bad. Yeah, it's first rodeo I've shot with this rifle, so I'm well chuffed. So 100% with it at the moment, so no, I'm well happy. Good boy, good boy. He's a good boy, isn't you? Hey, good boy. You can see he's only a little buck. He's a prime example for a cull buck. He's probably, was he, a couple of 3-year-old, I suppose. It's definitely not a specimen, and the keeper wanted one, so he's as good a one as any to take. Jason's kindly lent me his Emberleaf knife, and he's just telling me he's done about
30 deer he's topped and tailed with this. You look at it and it's just so well balanced. It's a lovely knife. Just cut through behind its tendons here to put the sticks on, and it's just a case of just touching it. If that was my knife, so I'll be sawing away like with a chainsaw. So. But no, it's sharp, and like he said, he hasn't sharpened it for quite a few deer. So, but no, now I've got to try and top and tail this without cutting myself. Cut the top of the heart right off through the lungs. I would have sooner gone for a shoulder shot, sort of like you say, sideways on, but that was the way he stood, and yeah, dealt with him lovely. Thing is, I'm confident with the rifle. I've shot a couple of foxes with it now and a couple of fallow, and it's the first roe deer I've had, so you know, I was well happy with that.
Early tea?
All you do is eat, Jason. You've already had your dinner. You want another one?
That was lunch.
That was lunch, was it? Yeah. Well, we could always go and set up a high seat and see if we can get a fox or something to do.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah? Answer that? Yeah. Let's do that then. Ring the keeper up when he comes and picks it up. I did think we was going to have to carry it back. You see how wet it was. The water coming off his wheels, and I rang him up and told him I got one. He said, I'll come and pick it up. So that's quite handy. I did have worries of having to carry it all the way back, so it's a bit of a drag. If we're shooting it now, I think we'll have to. So. But no, he said he's got one over the other side. He's got a broken front leg. He tried to shoot it earlier and didn't have any joy. It went back in the woods, so we're just going to mooch over there and see if we can maybe bump into that, and even better, maybe bump into a fox. Bloody cock pheasant there, got me going. There's a cock pheasant just under that bush, look. I thought the fox looking at me. Deer been round here, look. That's what he's smelling, I expect. I bet that's what he's smelling. Right down here. Yeah, it's been a great evening. Got what we come here to do. Earlier on in the day it was a bit wet. I thought, then the sun come out, so I thought I'd give it a go up here, and glad I did really. It's been a nice walk round. It's not all about shooting stuff, but there's a bonus that that buck come across nicely. No, and then coming up through here, there's a doe stood in the rope here, and she's just walked across in front of us. Not caring in the world, so that's quite nice. No, it's been a good evening. Get in early in the morning. I've got a lorry to load of corn in the morning, a few jobs to do, and then hopefully bump into a few pigeons tomorrow afternoon.
Well, I think that worked out rather well. Thank you, Andy, and thank you, Jason. Now from the fields and woodlands of Kent to the wider world of hunting and shooting on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube.
This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. Vukasin Prelevich gets in touch about a new Roebuck film he's made for the Wildjäger channel. Vukasin is on the trigger and his brother is on the camera. In Australia, Tony Gillihan brings out another TG Outdoors, this one archery, fallow, rifle, samba, deer stalking in the bush. McHugh CB is on a driven fox hunt with Dachshunds and his Beretta Silver Pigeon 20 gauge in the Australian state of Victoria. Bailey's Shooting and Country Wear shows the realities of dealing with foxes at this time of year. A farmer contacted John Bailey about a fox that had been taking chickens, geese and turkeys. It was a job that needed doing quickly, but it turned into a long wait. Nigel Humphreys is out with Night Vision too. He faces the problem of a fox that lies down in a half-ploughed maize field and needs enticing out. From the USA, a nice little film about wildlife and hunting by Craig and Julia Mayer. It features all the US favourites from whitetail through coyotes to turkeys. Staying on turkeys, Scout Look Weather chooses the unlikely state of Massachusetts, but this episode of Eastern Strut will get you looking more favourably on the Bay State. And finally, lots about the American NRA show this week, including Donald Trump's speech there. I Like This Film, a couple of America's biggest outdoor channels, Off the Ranch and Lunkers TV, dress up as Taylor Tucker and Merle Montana to troll the show. That's it for this week. I've put all these films into a playlist for you. Click on the I symbol top right or check this film's description. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, email me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv.
Well, that's it for this week. If you haven't done so, you can sign up for any of our many social media. That is Fieldsports Channel on Instagram and on Facebook, Fieldsports TV on Twitter, or you can go to our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us, follow us, and even subscribe to us on YouTube, or best of all, pop your email address into our register page and we'll contact you about the show. Field Sports Britain, it's out 7 PM UK time every Wednesday. And you can go and buy shares in Field Sports Channel at fieldsportschannel.tv/shares. I'll see you next week. In the meantime, it's good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.